Sailing when there is no wind can be frustrating, especially when motoring gets out of option. But we have our perfect ways to enjoy, so find out how and don't miss the goofy dancing. I'm Jeanette and this is Tilda. Buying a budget boat with a dream of long-term sailing, I got myself a lot of work. But one step at a time, the journey has begun, in no rush to sail as far as possible and instead taking the time to enjoy and sharing the experience with others. I hope you will enjoy too. It is a sunny day, but apparently it's not going to be so much wind today, but we still have decided to move on and but not going so far, and we're going to find a place with showers. We left in the early morning and we were motoring out from the small dock that we stayed for a couple of nights, and then we made a try to set sails, doing 0.9 knots most of the time. So we waited for the wind, relaxed, and played some good music that we unfortunately cannot play in this video, and Johan found the best spot in the dinghy. Today we are getting a tuna salad for lunch, so I'm just gonna chop some veggies, and I think this is a good solution. I do a lot of the cooking and the guys do a lot of the washing up the dishes. You might not want to watch more of this chopping tomatoes though, I guess. There was no wind to be seen after lunch either, but we enjoyed our time at our lunch stop and had a really good time, and then all of a sudden we caught our first fish. And just like that we had our dinner planned for today. In the evening we were closing in on Sjötorp, and here we also expected a visit from Jenny. And for her we planned a mini golf challenge. It didn't get so much of a challenge though. Gunnar was outstanding and showed us how it was supposed to be done. Johan did another kind of try, going with more power. And the first prize was to be responsible of doing the barbecue of our fish. Waiting for it to be cooked, we enjoyed the beautiful surroundings of the loch area. This is the start of the canal that combines this lake with the Baltic Sea, and we are not going to go that way. There is another canal out to the sea on the west coast of Sweden that we're going to take in a couple of weeks, I guess. So that's going to be really exciting too. Or not cooked? That's the question. The next morning we did some work before leaving. The wind instrument didn't work when I bought the boat, and I got a new one with the purchase, but it turned out the contact was probably the major problem. So just switching it for a new one and make the sealing a little bit better. We also decided to go ahead mounting a new solar panel and fixing the other contacts a bit better to avoid the same problem once again. By lunch we were done and left for a new spot. Johan did a check on how much further in it was deep enough for us. It was absolutely no wind, so we were motoring, and I just looked down and saw the indication light for the charging was on, which means the alternator is not working. So in like any manual you would read, it would say like you have to stop the engine immediately, so it was a little bit stressful. It's not as bad as if it would have been the temperature or the oil pressure, but still not good. So and there was like really no wind, so we were just like lying still and trying to figure out what to do, and we weren't that far out, so I was actually able to call a very nice mechanic, and from how I described the problem, he told me it was most likely to be an electric issue, which was really good. So he gave me a few tips on what I could try, and now it's back working again, so it's from being really like stressful, so you get very felt happy again. And as you saw, we are at like a perfect little anchorage. We are just the only boat here, and gonna prep some barbecue. This is a tip I got quite long ago. It's super good to almost any barbecue you can make. It's just yellow onion, yellow curry on top of that, and then just sprinkle some oil on it and put it on the barbecue. And then of course some sweet corn. Vi satsar väl mot den soliga sidan, liksom solkusten.
Solkusten.
Saw the surroundings, it's just absolutely beautiful, and we're just gonna finish the night with some coffee and chocolate. Det blev den här.
Ja, helt god.
I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments, you can write them below and I will answer them.